Good morning, everybody. It is December 13th, which means that it is super close to Christmas in my world, which means it's 11 days away, which puts me in my Whoville kind of hair and some Christmas colors because I love Christmas. That should come as no surprise. Again, I feel like I need to wipe. Ha! Look at that! Imagine. So today I kind of want to have a magical chat about what's going on energetically in the world today so that we are fully aware of the magic around us and the way in which we can use it to best feel incredible right now. The best way to attack the holidays, and I say attack because sometimes we put in our peripheral, in our vision, that which feels like we are overwhelmed and overloaded. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that today as well, because guys, there's this really incredible event occurring right now. It's called Mercury Retrograde. It started on December 3rd and it will last till December 22nd. Now, Mercury Retrograde is pretty magical when you know how to use it to your advantage. So you guys may have been hearing all of this chaos and this nonsense like, hide! Everybody run! Find a shelter! Don't talk to anybody! It's Mercury Retrograde! You can't do anything. Don't start anything. Don't buy electronics. Don't go anywhere. Like, you might as well just put on a warm fuzzy blanket and hide underneath your couch. That's according to what you will read about Mercury Retrograde. And I'm totally running to turn something off. You will see my fast running face. I'm running! And I'm coming back! Alright, so the neat thing about Mercury Retrograde is it does have a little bit of a caveat to it. And if you know the caveat that goes with Mercury Retrograde, it becomes, like I always say, resistance is a superpower. Mercury Retrograde can be your superpower too, if you allow it to, right? So instead of being fearful about Mercury Retrograde, like I have to hide for 3 weeks, we're going to actually make it the most impactful, pivotal, life-changing 3 times in a year that it comes around. So you know that when Mercury Retrograde comes around, communications get a little bit meh, okay? So we know that we have electronic blips and mishaps. But how fun is that? And I'm saying this because generally speaking, if you are being shut down, good morning everybody, on your computer, like say it's going frazzly, say it's like just being all weird, say it just cuts out magically in the middle of a Zoom call like it's been happening to me. What are the 2 opportunities that you have? If you do not have anything else on the go, what if you allowed yourself 5 minutes to do something that you loved instead? Right? Like, what if it became, I'm choosing to then go make a tea every time my computer goes down, or I choose to read a book for 5 minutes, or connect, maybe have a call with somebody. Instead of trying to do something on video, I'm going to reach out. Find the way in which that technical difficulty becomes a gain or a win in your books, as opposed to, oh my God, this is just keep happening, I'm going to throw my computer across the room and I hate it. Right? The other thing that occurs through Mercury Retrograde is that, and this one's my ultimate favorite, appointments. Like, I am queen of double booking or not showing up for appointments when I didn't know that they were there because I maybe didn't schedule them. Oh yeah, I do this because I don't know, it just happens, right? So why not look at that as being a beautiful way in which you can work on your communication skills, right? So every time that I have a missed appointment or I have something that I've double booked, it allows me to jump on a phone with somebody that I absolutely genuinely love and care for and have an exceptional conversation about what happened and offer them something that brings joy not only to them, but then to me as well. And I'm trying to think of an example of this. Oh, so I'm launching my beta of my new program. But the people that I joined last week, they got the old program information, and some of them booked multiple more one-on-ones than was in what we had talked about. So the people that I offered them an extra set because they booked 4 sessions and it was only 1, so it allowed me to be in a space to give something magical to them. And I could offer something by just saying, hey, look, this was my error. And I want to give you something as a gratitude and a thank you for kind of being on this roller coaster ride with me. So it allows us to create a space in which we can have loving conversation and offer value to those we are having a miscommunication with. How phenomenal, right? Super cool. The last thing, right, is during Mercury retrograde, and you guys might notice this, our sleeping goes to the shitter. Like, I don't normally have bags under my eyes, but I'm okay with them. That's how I feel. That looked really good. So sleeping goes to the shitter, which then we all know when sleep goes to the shitter, we're emotionally more susceptible to heightened discomforts and feelings and things that upset us, like noises or children. That's my Grinch face. But the thing here is that awareness is key. So for me, and I'm just giving you the examples for me, is that when I know that my emotions are heightened because I'm not sleeping as well, because the energy of the earth, because of Mercury retrograde and because of the full moon and because of 12/12, all of these like energetic, like, what? Do you know what I do? And this is just me. I often meditate a little bit more. Just a little bit. I bring myself into a zone or into a space, and there is no right or wrong way, and you could sleep, even if it's a meta nap. Put on something, lay down for 20 minutes, but bring yourself into a space of calm and peace so that you can hold that and then have new conversations. The one thing I want to talk to you about a little bit as well, because Mercury retrograde is going a little crazy, in the best possible way, family events. And I'm going to tie this into the root chakra a little bit, because I really feel that Christmas time is a really, clawing, kind of gravitational, angry at times root chakra. So root chakra, guys, is our ability to connect to the people that we're here to serve, our clan, our tribe. It is about feeling accepted and loved as we are, fully and completely in our zones, without having to feel like we are seeking approval, and we're not worried about judgment of others, not people pleasing, and having very clear boundaries to keep ourselves in this state of connectedness, which everything I just said there could have triggered a whole bunch of things, because Christmas is coming. And so today I want to give you something purely as a gift. And it is a gift that I only give you guys, the gifts that I have given myself, so that I know that they work, right? Because I'm not going to give you a gift and be like, I don't know, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, just figure it out. I'm going to give you a gift that I used last year. So, good morning, everybody. One of the keys to my Christmases changing last year, and this might seem harsh, but I always knew that I was born into a family in which I love exponentially, but yet I never quite fit in fully and completely. I was always striving to seek the approval of my family. Like, I hated cigarette smoking, but I smoked. I chose to smoke in order to feel like I fit in with my family. And so that worked for a little while, but then eventually I didn't like smoking. I never did. So I quit. Anyway, I was always considered the strong one, and every Christmas it was my job to hold the family together. And so I would host these big family dinners where I would have everybody over, and it stressed me out. I'm talking like I would panic the night before, panic the morning of. I love them, but having them all together in a small house with no dining room and doing all the work myself to cook, spending hours and things, and I honestly didn't feel appreciated at the end. And I thought, last year was the first time I actually stopped and said, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? So I really had to go deep into what was my reasoning behind why I was literally suffering through panic and anxiety over having this family meal. So I did the thing that most people are afraid to do. And I said, this year, I'm not hosting Christmas dinner. And I felt phenomenal about it, and it wasn't because I wasn't going to see my family over Christmas, because I started a new tradition that felt good, and instead of having the entire family over last year, I had my mom and my grandmother so that I could support and love them and spend that quality time, because it was the quality time with them that I was craving, and then I was just getting all the chaos and the nonsense and the noise that went along with it. So I changed my tradition to match what it was that I was feeling that I needed, and I knew that my family needed from me. Now, warning, 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 warning. I heard many things last year. I heard you just don't love this side of the family, and, you are the only person who did this. Now we're all going to fall apart. Whatever those words were. And I loved and appreciated those words too, because it came from a sense from them. Feeling like something had changed, that there was no longer the same repeated patterns. And I know how hard sometimes that is to hear or sense or know. Even from my perspective, if somebody changes a tradition or a routine or things like that, we have that moment of like, what do we do now? Right? And so I can love and appreciate my family for feeling that. But this year, again, I was able to change that tradition back to my new tradition. So instead, when it came up again, to where are you going to hold the big fan? I'm like, no, guys, it tapped. Last year I tapped. It wasn't just a one-year deal. It was an every-year deal that's no longer who I'm going to be known and represented as. And this is a root chakra thing, because that is not the people that I'm striving to raise my vibration. Because really we want to be around at all times people who they create this like beautiful high vibrational sense of self, so that we can then stay in this like elevated, awesome space to share with more people and invite them into this pocket of higher elevated and energy and vibration, especially now during the holidays. So this year, again, I started that new tradition last year. My mom and my grandmother are coming over on Saturday for a phenomenal turkey dinner, because that is what feels good energetically for me. And it gives me more time with the people that I'm actually wanting to have these last moments with, because as they're aging, these are the little pockets of time that we get to. So today I give you permission. I give you permission to create the traditions that feel energetically absolutely magical for you. Because when you are at your essence and vibrating at something that is pure love and light and happiness and joy, that's when everybody else just literally will be in your zone of awesome, your bubble of love, and will feel the difference. Because I was miserable at those big family dinners and I didn't want to be there. And that was not the energy I wanted to send to my family at all. And now I get to like wrap them in big, giant angel wings of love and know that the quality and the essence of who they get, the Tamara that shows up, is exactly who is the Tamara that I want to show up to spend that time with them. So yes, love and embrace Mercury Retrograde. Do not be afraid of it, because remember, if you're putting those thoughts in that this is a time where I should disappear for 3 weeks and everything's going to go to shit and all these problems are going to occur and guess what the fuck is going to happen? Just keeping it real. Because your thoughts and your patterns in your world will just mirror the exact things that you're thinking. Crazy, right? But if you find that Mercury Retrograde is in a really unique way that you can set new standards of yourself and your business in order to really go above and beyond what other people might not do in order to fix the communication issues or show up in a different way and be present for the whatever's happening, big difference, my friends. Big difference, because you will grow to be that person. And the second thing is the permission to create Christmas traditions that vibrate so freaking high with yourself so that the other people in your life, including your family, your tribe, the people that are meant to be in your circle, will vibrate high with you, and the quality in which you're able to give that love in this holiday cheer will go up exponentially. Because in my world, it's not about the quantity in which we're trying to smear all our shit around. It is the quality in which we show up and are present in the pockets and the moments in which we are here. So, on that note, magical beings of light, I am wishing you an almost Merry Christmas. Don't worry, I'm here for the next, I'm not taking any Wednesdays off because Tea with Tamara is that magical for me. So my Cindy Lou hair and my Christmas colors and this are wishing you a fabulous Wednesday, and I will see you next week.